It's an exciting weekend. Not only is it a contest weekend, it's a video weekend. And I'm up, not at all hours of the night, but I'm up in the wee hours making this video. I learned my lesson from the last one, and I'll digress just a little bit on that. The last video I decided to make about 1 a.m. Yeah, I guess it was 1 a.m. and I was feeling a little tired. Well, anyways, I struggled through that 2 or 3 minutes of video, and by 4:30 or 5 a.m. I still didn't have anything usable. So there's a lot to be said about doing things when you're tired. In this case, I'm not. And I'm here to tell you what my pick for the best dual band HT is. Now I know that goes back quite a ways. You know, you had HTs, the first HT I had was a Yaesu, it was either an FT209 or 709. One was a 220 and then the 2-meter one as well. I don't actually have one, but I do have this, well, I guess it could be a home defense weapon. It's so heavy, this Lafayette walkie-talkie, and it wasn't much lighter than this anyways. And I'll put that there. I was just so proud to have that HT. I'd have that clipped to my belt and I'd be wearing it around work. Problem was, it was so darn heavy, that side of my pants kept sliding down. So I ended up walking with the arm kind of cupped, one hand, you know, gripping the bottom of the walkie-talkie and then walking, and I formed kind of a natural stride, and people just thought I walked a little funny, but you just couldn't leave it alone. As soon as you let go of it, 2 or 3 seconds later, man, that belt line was lopsided. So without further ado, I'm going to cut to a video. It's real short, just you know, maybe a minute or less, that will introduce my candidate, my pick for the best dual band ever, and then let's come back and I'll tell you more about it. So on with the video. Well, here we go. This is the same one you just saw in the video with its faithful speaker mic. This is my pick. It's the Yaesu FT530, and I think this is the best dual band HT ever made. Now, of course, one of the things that dictates what may be best or not is its longevity, and I can certainly attest to the longevity of this one. Now it is larger and heavier than today's little tiny dual banders, but it does so, in my mind, so much more. I just can't get enough of them. I think I have 4 now. That's because I'm always worried that if number 1 fails, the second one will replace number 1. If that fails, number 3 will replace number 2, so on and so forth. The flaw in that plan, of course, is none of them have failed. But it's always reassuring to know that if I happen to misplace one, there's another one within easy grasp. So let's take a look at the features of the handheld itself. And the FT530 has 4 power levels, from 500 milliwatts to 5 watts. But don't worry. That's right, there's lots of metal in this case, and you don't have to worry about burning your hand off if you talk more than 15 or 20 minutes, like you do on the smaller handhelds. The display has a nice soft green light, but the light doesn't stay on all the time. There's no backlight, so if you don't need it, it's not wasting energy. Who would have thought? Now granted, it doesn't have 200 or 300 memories like some of these new HTs do, but hey, I didn't buy this to be a scanner. I bought it to be a very nice, high quality dual band transceiver. And that's what it does. So 41 and 41, that's plenty of memory for this guy. It has a paging function, and you can cross-band repeat thanks to the 2 separate receivers. Along with that, should you want to, you can use it as an alarm clock. That's right, it's got a clock and a timer to turn itself on, and hey, you can wake up to your favorite repeater noise. Granted, I haven't covered all the features. I've covered some of the big ones. Now it's up to you. Do some research if this is what you really want. On my blog, I have a link to where you could download the manual. Check it out. Then hit eBay and start looking. They do come available on auction from time to time, maybe 2 a month if you're lucky, and the prices do vary quite a bit. It's supply and demand. If it happens to be quite a few people looking for them and only 1 or 2 around, well, you know what that means. That auction price goes way up. On the other hand, if the supply is there and the demand isn't, the price drops. Let me just say, if you find one with the MH29 microphone, snap it up. The MH29 microphone is a difficult accessory to get by itself. Now, this microphone was also used on the FT51R, so you might do a search on FT51Rs. Maybe you could pick up a bargain on that just to get the microphone, then sell the 51.
Am I going to be on the CB Gazette now?